What you looking for? We got what you looking for. What you looking for? We got what you looking for.
Look at this.
Oh, perfect. Oh my God.
Isn't it great?
Chris.
I know, it's my dream.
So guys, this is the sewing tutorial of the oversized shirt we made the last time. As you can see how this is looking. If you haven't watched that video, make sure you watch it so that you will know and you will continue and follow up with what we're doing. So as you can see, this is the front side and the other side was the back. In the previous video, I told you guys to join the side seam first before you join the sleeve. So I'm going to show you all of that, how you're going to do that. So first we're going to close the plackets. Just fold it into two like this, like I showed you in the last video, and sew it all the way down. And then after sewing the plackets, the next thing I will do is to sew the pleats. So the pleats, you're going to pick it, as you can see the way we have marked it. You will pick it and make sure they align. You make sure they align on the both sides, and you're going to sew it. And as you're sewing it, make sure you backstitch it. That way it would help the tuck not to unravel. You backstitch it on both sides, both the upside and the down of the pleats. So I'll just go ahead and do all the pleats to all of them. So after pleating both the front and the back, you will go ahead and join the shoulder. So make sure you backstitch this. This is very important. So as you can see, I'm done doing that. See how it looks. This is the back side. Can you guys see it aligned with the line? Now this is the shoulder, the front side. So I'm going to place the back on it, front side facing together, and I'm going to sew close the shoulder. So you go ahead and join these two shoulders, and after joining the shoulders, the next thing is to sew the side seam. So I'm going to pick it where we have notched it. Can you guys see where we notched it? From there, I'm going to sew it all the way down. Then after joining the side seam, we're going to go over to the sleeve. Now this is the sleeve. I have gone ahead and overlocked the two sides. I'm going to do the normal sleeve, overlapping. So I'm just going to sew this. Just watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to sew this from beginning, and I will stop somewhere like 3 inches before the end of the sleeve. So right here, I'm going to backstitch this, and I'm going to make a vent for the cuff. As you can see, I used 3 inches. So I'm just going to turn this the other way around, and I'm going to sew it. Is it hem it, or I don't know I don't know what to call this now. So I'm going to sew this. Just watch how I'm going to sew it. Next, I'm going to run a running stitches here, and I will be able to gather this. I took my stitch length to the highest before I started gathering this. So you're going to pull one end of the sleeve. Just hold one of the thread, and pull it to gather it. Just the traditional way of gathering it. After gathering this, I will set it aside, and I will work on the cuff. So the cuff, it will be on fold depending on the length, and you use the length of your sleeve. So I'm going to fold this like this, the sewing allowance, and I will sew it from here. Just watch what I'm going to do. I will sew it on the same side. So you just fold it a bit, fold in your sewing allowance, and you sew it. You do the same thing to the other side. When sewing it, make sure you leave space at the end so that it will help you to join this to the sleeve when you're doing it. So let me show you what I mean. You see the space I left? It will help in sewing it. That's a sewing tricks that I have just shown you guys. So you go ahead and turn this out, and you're going to join this to the sleeve. So here is my sleeve. I'm going to make sure it aligns very well, and I gather it the way it would, make sure the gathers is even. So I'm going to place this like this, and I'm sewing it. Next, we are going to sew the sleeve to the bodies. So I'll pick the sleeve, make sure the side seam aligns with the side seam. I'm going to place it right side facing together, and I'll pick it from inside. Let me turn it the other way around so that you understand what I mean. So this is the main fabric and this is the sleeve. I'm going to align the side seam together, and I'm going to make sure the sleeve enters inside the bodies, and I'm going to pick the sleeve. You just pick the sleeve like this and you turn it over like that, and you're going to sew it all around. So make sure they align properly and you sew it all around. Can you see how mine is properly aligned? I'll just go ahead and sew it. Now the oversized t-shirt is taking place. Can you guys see how neat the sleeve is? So next thing I will do is to hem the lower part. So I'm just going to fold it into two like that. Remember, we added 1 inch sewing allowance. So I'm just going to sew it all the way around. Next, we're going to go over to the neckline so that we can make the collar. So my material is on fold like this. I'm going to take the measurements of the neckline. So you just go ahead and place the two of them like that and take the measurement. As you can see, what I have here is 10 inches, which is 20. I have my fabric folded in two. I'm going to fold it again like this, and next I'm going to take the measurement we got 10 inches. I'm going to take 10 inches and I'm adding ½ inch sewing allowance to that, which is 10.5. So the width of the collar, I'm going to make it 5 inches. So you just go ahead and do the same thing I am doing. From the end, I'm going to come out 1 inch and I will connect it. That will give me the sharp for the shirt collar. That sharp that you see at the tip of the shirt collar. So from the center back, I'm going to come up like this 1 inch. From here to here, I'm coming up 1 inch, and I'm going to draw a curve like this. That will make the collar to sit properly. So next, I'm going to sew this the same way that I sewed the cuff. I'm going to sew it that way. So I'm just going to sew the end of this, and at the tip I will fold it like that and sew it. Remember to always leave the space. That space always helps to sew the collar or the cuff very well. Next, I will go ahead and join this to the neckline. If you have watched till this time and you haven't subscribed, what are you guys waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up, guys. Because I love this shirt. Give this video a big thumbs up. Drop your comments in the comment section if you like it or not, and make sure you share it out to your community, to fellow sewists, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.